สวัสดีครับคุณผู้ชมวันนี้ก็กลับมาพบกันอีกแล้วนะครับกับช่องลุงหมีสไตล์นะครับวันนี้ก็เอาไฮไลท์ของพรพันธ์เกิดปราดนะครับวันนี้ออเรโดวอลคิลี่ปะทะโอมาฮาซูเปอร์โนวานะบอกเลยว่าสนุกสุดมันจริงๆนะครับโดยเฉพาะซูเปอร์โนวาวันนี้ได้ซิดนีย์ฮิลลี่กลับมาเล่นอยู่ในทีมแล้วนะครับปีนี้หวังที่จะล้มออร์แลนโดวอลคิลี่ให้ได้นะเพื่อที่จะได้คว้าแชมป์ให้ได้นะครับกลับมาเป็นแชมป์อีกครั้งหนึ่งหลังจากที่ปล่อยให้ซิดนีย์ฮิลลี่ไปอยู่กับอินดี้อีกไนท์นะครับปีนี้บอกเลยว่าแย่งแชมป์กันมานะแล้วก็มีทีมน้องใหม่ไฟแรงเข้ามาด้วยนะครับอย่างเช่นทีมของดันรัสนะครับเดี๋ยวไปตามลุ้นตามเชียร์กันต่อนะมาพูดถึงเกมวันนี้กันดีกว่านะครับวันนี้ออร์แลนโดวอลคิลี่เนี่ยโอ้โหมันจริงๆนะครับสมศักดิ์ศรีกันจริงๆระหว่างทีมใหญ่กับทีมใหญ่นะครับออร์แลนโดวอลคิลี่เอาชนะโอมาฮาซูเปอร์โนวาไปสนุกสุดมันนะครับ3-2 เซตด้วยสกอร์25-18 25-20 16-25 24-26 และ 15-9 คะแนนนะครับต้องบอกว่าสู้กันถึงพี่ถึงขิงนะสรุปสั้นๆนะครับเดี๋ยวทุกคนจะได้ไปดูไฮไลท์ของพรพันธ์พร้อมๆกันนะครับใครที่อยากจะดูไฮไลท์ของพรพันธ์ก็ฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามไว้นะแอดมีให้ดูทุกนัดนะครับพยายามจะหามาทุกนัดจริงๆนะครับโดยเฉพาะนัดที่ไม่มีใน YouTube นะแอดจะหามาให้ทุกคนได้รับชมกันนะครับสรุปสั้นๆเลยนะครับ2เซตแรกเนี่ยบอลแรกของออร์แลนโดดีมากทำให้พรพันธ์เนี่ยเซตง่ายเซตได้หลากหลายขึ้นนะครับก็อาจจะมีแข่งกันที่บอลเสิร์ฟนะวันนี้ต้องชมฟอสเตอร์กับเบอร์คอมบี้เสิร์ฟดีมากนะครับแล้วก็เกมรับเนี่ยต้องชื่นชมเลยตัวใหม่เนี่ยแฮนนานะครับถือว่าเป็นคนที่เข้ามาแล้วเติมเต็มในเกมรับนะบอลแรกก็ค่อนข้างดีนะครับส่วนใหญ่จะไปแหกตรงลิเบโร่ทุกคนนะครับเบอร์14เนี่ยเล่นดีมากแล้วก็เกมรุกนะครับที่มาช่วยเบอร์คอมบี้ได้ดีก็คือลูเปอร์นะครับฮันน่าก็ทำได้ดีนะลูเปอร์ก็ถือว่าหนักหน่วงนะครับ3เมตรเนี่ยทำให้เกมรุกของออร์แลนโดเนี่ยหลากหลายมากขึ้นแล้วก็โอมาฮาตามจับไม่ค่อยอยู่นะครับแต่ว่าในเซต3เซต4เนี่ยโอ้โหอันนี้ต้องบอกเลยว่างานเข้าจริงๆนะครับบอลแรกไม่ดีนะโดยเฉพาะเริ่มกลางเซตของเซต3เนี่ยกระจุยเลยทุกคนนะครับบอลพันเซตแทบไม่ได้เลยแล้วก็ตัวตีก็เริ่มตีเสียนะเซตที่4เนี่ยนำมา7คะแนนเต็มๆนะครับเปิดเซตมาคือแบบเหมือนเอาคืนแต่ไม่น่าเชื่อนะครับบอลแรกมันจะมาพังอีกแล้วทุกคนแล้วก็ทำให้ทีมของโอมาฮาซูเปอร์โนวาปาดเซตที่4ไปได้นะครับต้องกลับมาดิวกันในเซตที่5แต่ว่าเซตที่5เนี่ยชื่นชมนะออร์แลนโดแก้เกมได้ดีนะครับพรพันธ์เซตนี้ผู้บรรยายเนี่ยชื่นชมเลยว่าเซตได้หลากหลายแล้วก็ beautiful เซตมากๆนะครับถือว่าเป็นการหลอกบล็อกของโอมาฮาซูเปอร์โนวาแบบอยู่หมัดเลยแล้วก็กลับมาชนะได้นะครับเก็บเซตนี้แมตช์นี้ไปแบบสวยงามนะครับทำให้ออร์แลนโดวอลคิลี่ขึ้นมาเป็นอันดับที่1ของตารางแบบเต็มตัวแล้วนะคุณผู้ชมแข่ง3นัดชนะหมดเลยนะครับมี7คะแนนนะอันดับที่2เป็นอินดี้อีกไนท์นะครับอันดับที่3เป็นแอตแลนตาไวท์อันดับที่4เป็นโอมาฮาซูเปอร์โนวาอันดับที่5น้องใหม่ไฟแรงดัลลัสพลัสนะครับอันดับที่6แกนลาปิดไรท์อันดับที่7โคลบัตฟิลลี่และอันดับที่8ทีมเก่าของเจเจโนสลานะครับซานดิโกโมโจนะครับตามลุ้นตามเชียร์กันต่อนะครับบอกเลยว่ามันแน่นอนเอาละผมวันนี้สรุปแบบสั้นๆนะไปดูไฮไลท์สวยๆของพรพันธ์เกิดปราดกันดีกว่านะครับก่อนจะไปรับชมไฮไลท์สวยๆก็อย่าลืมกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามช่องลุงหมีสไตล์กันด้วยและอย่าลืมกดกระดิ่งเวลาอัพคลิปใหม่ๆจะได้ไม่พลาดนะครับใครมีคอมเมนต์ความคิดเห็นอะไรก็คอมเมนต์เข้ามาที่ใต้คลิปนี้เลยนะเข้ามาแลกเปลี่ยนความคิดเห็นก็ได้เหมือนเคยนะครับสำหรับวันนี้ลุงหมีสไตล์ขอตัวลาไปก่อนแล้วพบกันใหม่ในคลิปต่อไปสวัสดีครับ
Yeah, I think definitely the unforced errors, and also I know they want to get their middles involved more. Neither middle really in a rhythm yet, so that's got to be something they emphasize.
Out to Parsons, good block deflection by Shampoo. Good slow down and a better read. That's why we talked about two elite setters. Shampoo and so much experience, and she added to that with an incredibly busy late spring, summer, late summer. Abercrombie, 3 kills on 6 swings, and it's very low error rate. Rarely gets blocked, even more rarely gets the ball out of bounds. Good cover by Pusic, and Shampoo now with her second kill.
One of the reasons Shampoo is such an elite setter is her hitters in one-on-one situations because of that deception, and then she also can be an offensive weapon herself, which when you middle blocker so well, crossbody swing away.
Pipe right back at you. Dug by Nunaviller. Decent. And Natalie Foster, fantastic. fantastic rookie season last year. Did most of her damage from the service line. Did number 13, a graduate from SMU, set up new mission. He goes to camps a lot, so he's really able to not only coach the game and teach it at a very high level, but also communicate it very well. Really good hire by Omaha. One of 4 new coaches in Major League. Nobody will ever forget 92,003 at Memorial Stadium for the Nebraska Cornhusker women's volleyball team, all-time world record for attendance, not only in volleyball, but a women's sporting event. Looper, good off-speed choice, that one away from Hilly. We talked about this big crowd. I'll tell you what, Orlando is playing so well and so consistently. They've silenced this crowd in the opening set. To Nunaviller. Restart the point. Nunaviller again. Abercrombie off the top of the block for the scoring trans.
You'll never see Brittany Abercrombie hit the same shot twice in a row. So they've been in system. The Valkyries only 6% to the outer zone, so really good passing both teams.
Maddox off the edge of the block and down. Fantastic delivery by Shampoo, but she was really stretched.
9 different ways to score and not get blocked. It starts with that swing.
Perfect pass. Foster off the top, dug by Nunaviller, chased down by Hilly. Got to keep the free ball kind of low. It's a big scoreboard hanging over the middle of the court. Brittany Abercrombie again, number 6. Excellent play action by Orlando.
Really good. 5 feet inside the court, inside the antenna. She does a great job at getting her feet to the ball, stresses the block, and then there's a gap. To only miss one of those is phenomenal.
It's the best serving performance I've ever seen.
And you've seen a lot of volleyball.
The only thing that comes is at the 2012 Olympics by Ivan Zaitsev, but that's a little bit...
Hasn't been set much. It was a really good swing. She had a nice open net for that one.
Brown keeping that ball alive. Free ball coming to Omaha. One on. Good block touch by Shampoo. And missed out of bounds. No, that caught a piece of the sideline. It wasn't perfect contact.
Outside attacker, but she hung in the air nicely and slowed down the attack.
At only 5'7", she blocks her position pretty well and getting attacked all the time. Looper, chopping wood. Nice turn down the line by number 1.
Way through your swing and then watching it off the hands of Shampoo.
Technical timeout coming when a team reaches 8. There's Kaz Brown, and there is 8. And we'll go to the technical timeout. Number 11 strutting her way back to the serve.
Big press, and Anna Banjo got to her really well and quickly.
Maddox again, going high hands. Easily by Hintz. Perfect free ball pass. Here's Abercrombie slicing and dicing again. Where hasn't she hit the ball? We're just really early on, almost midway. Block deflection, Shampoo out of the play. Hittable ball outside to Abercrombie. That is a brilliant set, and that ball still alive. Nice play by Looper. I'll tell you, the block for Orlando is really stout right now. They are touching everything. Out to Looper. Through the block and down. Have another challenge. The advantage still for Orlando. Usage has really been avoided. She is a masterful passer. Haven't called her name much in reception at all. Cooper there with another dig. Abercrombie, no. Nice play by Maddox. Very, very smart. Up into the block, off the antenna, and out of bounds for the score.
It's only Maddox's
18 swing, somewhat quiet. First touch by Anabanjo. Looper out of the back row. Outstanding read by Shampoo because Maddox was on the floor.
Most definitely, and it's a triple block up, but Charity Looper saw the block, crossbody swing away, identified the hands of the blockers really well right there.
Omaha has come back to put some pressure on him. One-on-one. Fantastic dig by Looper again. We'll give you her defensive numbers after this point. One-on-one again. Shampoo with the stuff that time against Nunaviller. Charity Looper now with 7 digs, and the lead is back up to 4, so Ohio State volleyball. This crowd is just raring to go. You saw or heard them when they exploded after that play by Merritt Beeson, but Orlando has taken them out of it. Looper. Charity Looper is a giving person on Sunday.
And I want to shout out Pusic, the libero for the Valkyries. She has really controlled this defense. That was a pretty hard attack, but she can.
Passing at such a good number, almost 60%. Little miscommunication there, but kept alive by Londot. Abercrombie, a seam in the block, and she'll find it every time.
Every time, you can almost guarantee it. If you see about a foot passing pretty well, they're getting the pass up to Sydney, who's not running.
That's a medium pass coming right side to Londot. Londot wearing number 27 in white. Lucky cover by Orlando. Smartly back up into the block. Shampoo to Foster is able to throw that ball down through the block.
One of the things that Coach Amy Polly challenged, attack, getting off the net and then getting the kill.
Perfect pass by Nunaviller and immediately trying to get Reinhardt involved in the middle. Just not crisp there. And speaking of that, Hannah Maddox, number 14 in light blue, did quite good. Here's Shampoo, just underway here in the third set, and dials up an ace.
That's another
Block
thing.
and Nunaviller. Tough serve, well handled by Looper, and then in system once again to Abercrombie. I think Shampoo and Abercrombie are starting to figure it out.
Rep it out and rep it out, and you can tell it translates to on the court in the game, reversing the flow so well. It was phenomenal. That was a really hard serve, but she grinded through that, really got her body underneath it nicely.
And a banjo. Back row, Looper again. Charity Looper is having an afternoon in Omaha. 11 kill, good or perfect. We'll step aside at the technical timeout. Orlando up 2-0 over Omaha. Absolutely adores volleyball. John Cook, and before that, Terry Pettit. And the Cornhuskers obviously have done a magnificent job, and the Supernovas continuing exactly that. Crowd of over 10,000 waiting for their team to get hot. Nice play by Morgan Hetz on the dig, but that will be wiped aside by a net violation.
So much power through that back row attack.
Good rhythm to the outside and another high-level swing by Maddox.
And to your point on the league, all of the coaches have
Chance to play in the 2028 Olympic Games. Another big summer coming up for the national teams. Nice, beautiful play by Shampoo. She is really an elite setter on a global scale.
and she makes
Singer for Omaha were 1 of 11. Perfect pass by Maddox. And that ball is good by Brown, who in her own right has been pretty quiet, as you pointed out, offensively. Very specifically, Nunaviller are hitting high and deep part of the court. Just underway fourth set, and Foster registers the first kill.
I can bet you.
Volleyball. Dug by Maddox. Pretty good first contact that time. Looper a little bit quiet in that third set. Remember, I told you, Madison, that don't get too close. I'm under the weather, but to make you look at her shoulder, she's very productive. That serve by Foster. Londot, good cover. Londot again, and gets it inside Abercrombie with another dig. Nunaviller hits the floor more than a professional wrestler. Nice play by Abercrombie.
Wow, she really does. You can hear that from where we are, though, right on the floor, but it doesn't matter because she just wants to keep the ball alive. Shampoo delivering this quickly, but it dives so much.
This is the best serve in the league. There's no question about that. If Morgan Hentz can't handle it, nobody can. Free ball coming. Good back row combination, and that ball blocked, but just out of bounds. Boy, that ball was just wide. You know what I've noticed about Shampoo? She gets her attackers one-on-one.
Really well executed route, kind of messing up the block.
Another very tough serve. 6-0 is the advantage. Maddox unloading out of the back row. Hilly digs that, but out of reach. And Orlando, after dropping the second to third set, is absolutely rolling right now. Quickly with Foster, we're one. Very easy serve. Brown, no Abercrombie, and pulls that crossbody down the line.
Point Valkyries. Skill by Abercrombie.
Just like the first two sets, the Valkyries are in control of the pace and the tempo of 8-2. And Shampoo has gotten 5 players involved offensively.
Plenty of time for Omaha to get back in this fourth set. Once again, facing a must-win situation. And here is Charity Luke, a little bit quiet in that third set, but has re-energized herself after a middles. At least Getzinger started, and she's been effective, especially on the slide as the M1, but not so much so far this late afternoon. Abercrombie, crossbody once again.
Shampoo with a beautiful jump set. She really does vary when she releases that ball. She's up in the air. She doesn't always jump. What it does is it really messes up the block. The block can be on their way down. Look at that. And then she got set and got the kill.
Question is, can Omaha put together a 3 or 4 nothing run and really put some pressure on the visitors from Orlando? A good solid week of practice. Omaha at 2-1 so far. Averaged 10,900 last year. To Abercrombie, of course. You're going to go to number 6, the MVP, when you got to...
When they're in pressure situations, she's their go-to. Abercrombie is their go-to. Back's kind of against the bench with a serve that's good.
Well handled by Pusic. And what a much-needed play by Charity Looper again. But Pusic, Teodora Pusic, the outstanding libero tournament on May 7th through 9th. Good touch by Hentz. Ball was set too low, not up to Hilly standards. On the slide, and somehow to the floor by Kaz Brown.
Kaz Brown net in transition, running her route. Good up by Abercrombie. The defense doesn't know either.
Yeah, very interesting. Something about the slide that's unique to women's volleyball. Pusic right on target. And Maddox with the dig. I was watching that replay on Kaz Brown, and one of the things about the slide, even if a middle attacker can't get beyond the 3, well, again, she was very, very efficient last year, hitting 355 on the season. Block touch. Looper, no. Abercrombie through the seam in the block and down.
That's one of those when you're down by 1, you've got to convert. Free ball, you can get your pass in system, and then you're going to go to your go-to, Brittany Abercrombie. Right heart.
Yeah, tremendous comeback. They were coming apart at the seams. Pusic steps in. Abercrombie got a piece of the block. Oh, it's in. What a shot by Abercrombie from just inside the 3-meter line. And look who's going back to serve. Natalie Fox, Orlando here in this 5th set. Well, there it is. And luckily rattling the ball through the block and down. We'll give you her numbers. Abercrombie, whatever Nunaviller can do, I can do right back at you. And as I thought, a heavy dose of Brittany Abercrombie. Average 11.5 swings per set. So it's not unlikely that she would get a lot of balls. Londot. Abercrombie again. And off of hits. And down the line, Orlando kills. And the teams will change sides. We'll take a media timeout and be back to Omaha. On to serve and play defense once again. Working on Looper, out of system here. Coming to Maddox, no, to Abercrombie. And again. That's why she was MVP last year and also had a big season last year. She won.
And Shampoo does such a good job of finding her. That pass off the net. Charity Looper doing everything she can to get it a little tighter, but Shampoo reversing the flow back.
Tiebreaker is to 15. Perfect pass, one-on-one. Crushed that time by Maddox, but all Shampoo and Charity Looper on the reception.
And Kaz Brown coming in strong.
Match point. Bonabanjo is blocked, and Orlando goes out on the road. The number 1 and 2 ranked teams in the preseason. Orlando was picked to win the league. Omaha second.